You're watching part 3 of the pre-budget series by Forbes India. In the interim budget, the government allocated 3.1 lakh crore rupees, that's about 6.5% of the total budget outlay, towards schemes and programs intended for women empowerment. While that is at a 20-year high with an average of about 4.8%, it represents under 1% of the country's total GDP. I'm out here to meet women and understand how the finance minister can address some of their concerns in the upcoming budget. Stay tuned.
Extremely important. I mean, they are at the center of managing the household budget.
We have lots of working women and independent women who want to make their own decisions, especially financially. So I guess it's very important for women.
Traditionally, it's been the man's domain always, but now we see around 30% of the workforce being women, and not just, most of them are in the literate class. So I think gradually they are also very focused on what's happening around them. They're quite aware. It's, the dependency doesn't really rest on the man in the house so much. So I think that awareness and knowing about it, planning your own finances, we keep talking about financial literacy. I think it's very critical for a woman to be very aware and hands-on with the union budget.
Yeah, budget is really important for women as far as because single mother like me who runs the house as well as the business. So it's very important for us to take our way out of the budget so we can, we can run our house in a better way. If there are more savings, we can grow our business in a better way.
One glaring thing, of course, is more participation in the workforce for females. But also for me personally, what I've observed is my age group, the biggest turning point is pregnancy. Women who have children to take care of and have just had a child, coming back to the workforce is really important. They're educated women who have been part of that ecosystem, so they should come back with that intent. But I think the infrastructure today doesn't support them enough. And so I'm definitely expecting care and infrastructure packages and support policies from this particular budget.
We hear a lot of talk about inclusion and diversity, but I come from a professional background and I've been working for the past, I would say, 30 years plus. I find it, in the books saying people talk about inclusion and diversity, but it's not generally happening in a manner where you see a lot of women in leadership roles. Rather, people talk about it, but they are not really fielded to that level or groomed to that level. So I would like probably the government to look into that and have certain provisions where whether you talk about government jobs or you talk about multinational organizations should have some, I know it is there currently, private organizations are supposed to have certain numbers of directors, out of which there are some provisions for women, at least 2 need to be women. But when you talk about the workforce, you need to have people in leadership roles, so there should be something where the government also has a say, where you have so many, you have a quota or whatever ratio of women compared to men in leadership roles in organizations, be it multinational organizations or government organizations.
A very broad question because like I am an entrepreneur, I run my own consumer research company. And for us, when I started, and it's been like 10 years of the company, initially I think a little bit of funding would have really helped. But since it's a service industry, what we needed was a collateral, and this becomes really difficult. So maybe smoothing of the process of funding the business should be much easier, and that's one thing that I would expect, that certain things are done around it. Tax exemptions are also very important. The tax slabs have to be looked into for an entrepreneur. And then certain, if you have taken certain loans, etc., like I remember taking certain loan, the only difference between the man and the woman was 0.5%. So which is, there needs to be certain ways around it as well.
Hopefully for more loan benefits, more on the tax benefits, more on the GST criteria, and applying loan is like should be more hassle free, because if we get good orders or anything, so funding is the basic problem I am facing right now. So maybe for more loan benefits and all that.
Women need to feel safe about going out of home, doing what they want, whether it's education and work. So the infrastructure has to support, the policies have to support. We need to take care of their security, probably their last mile travel, conveyance, and everything. In every way, I think education and skill development are two things which we need to give more of to women.
So I would say in a lot of way, I mean, financial inclusion, we, in terms of offering a lot of loans to women entrepreneurs. When you talk about professionals like us, in terms of the deductions, standard deductions, that could be increased. Especially for people like maybe I would be retiring very soon, the next 5-6 years. So what is there for me? I mean, I've been a professional working for a multinational or private organization, so I would not be getting any, what do you say, pensions. There's no pension as such. So we fund our own life, right, post retirement. So there should be more provisions in terms of where retired women as well are taxed, lower taxes for women, or maybe even the retirement, post-retirement, there could be some jobs that are allocated as consultants where women can, continue working because we have another 20-30 years to go, right? So I think that would be another step where the government needs to look into post-retirement, schemes for women.
The reforms that will come into the picture, we're looking forward that will make us more empowered and allow us to do our business more easily and smoothly. I also feel that somewhere, for women, they also go through a life stage change. It's a normal process of life. You get married, you have your children. Those are the times when possibly, but if budget could look at and talk about work from home, I think that could help a lot of women. It will smoothen their working life and handling the babies also. So yeah, that kind of initiative should be there with the government. Maybe initiatives of daycares, maybe initiatives around being more flexible in the timings. I think those things will make women more empowered.
The gender budget was incorporated in 2006 to ensure women participate and reap the benefits of India's growth story. While it is a work in progress, execution and implementation have been focus areas. Women hope the Budget 2024 will address some areas and highlight a clear roadmap for better credit opportunities, last mile connectivity, skill development, and reforms that allow more women to join the workforce by creating and enabling infrastructure. That's all for now. Many thanks for watching. Goodbye.